pretty good car to rent for 50 or above. So you still have your car payment and your own insurance. So in my case, with the Highlander, I usually rent it for $50. My car payment on that car and insurance is around $500 a month. So I usually make $1,000 a month off that car. So and there's still some times where you have cars, like. So it's still some times where you got, I'm still making around $500. Sometimes I'll make a little bit more, so $500-600 a month off of income of that vehicle, which probably goes towards the depreciation. So, but I just use it to help pay my payment, and eventually when the payment's paid and Turo's paid for it, I'll still have the vehicle. I might have some high miles at that time, but I still have it. In my experiences, Turo's just been way easier. I've enjoyed the rentals. I've enjoyed meeting the people. I've met foreigners. I've met people from other countries. I've met locals. I've met all these people traveling, and everybody's really nice, really friendly. I met their families. Everybody's been really good, thank God. HYRECAR is 50-50. Most of the people are really struggling. It's most of the time they're in a tough situation. So I really try to show them as much, sympathy and empathy as I can show, because they're going through a lot. Most of them they don't have much money in their bank accounts. They'll tell you that, and they're just struggling. Either they have a job or they have a part-time job. They're trying to compensate and make extra money driving Uber, Lyft, doing DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever it is. They're trying to just make a living. So you got to put yourself, in their shoes a little bit. If they're renting a car from you with insurance and everything, it's probably costing them $50 to $60 a day to have that car. Plus, they got to put gas in the car. So to make $60 a day on average, you probably have to drive just 4 to 5 hours just to get $60, and you have to be pretty busy, or you have to do 3 to 4, at least 4 hours of DoorDash, and that's just one day. So plus their working jobs. So most of the time they're just breaking even. So let me tell you some crazy stories I've had. Recently I had a Turo rental where everything went great. The rental was nice. It was a family came to visit. They came down for I believe one of their grandchildren or something had got accepted and graduated from the police academy, so he became a police officer. So everything went good, but the thing was, right after their rental, I had another rental. So they literally dropped it off on Friday in the morning. I took it, got it washed, and had to bring it back to the airport because there was somebody renting it. So the people that were renting it, they were tourists from another country. They were visiting. So I cleaned the car, checked it for everything, checked the glove department. I just didn't check the top part of the glove department. So I checked all the back, behind the car seats. I checked under the seats, did my full run around, the compartment under your elbow, the door sills, everything you want. Just checked whatever, to make sure nobody left something. So I didn't think anything, I didn't see anything, so I just went about my way, and I gave the other guys the car. So about halfway through the week, they actually rented it for 7 days, and around, I think it was like on Monday or Tuesday, I got a call from a random lady, out of state number. And she was saying, hey, I rented your car last week, and I was just saying, did you find something in it? And I was like, what are you looking for? And she was like, well, my grandson, who he came to visit, he can't find his pistol. And I was like, oh crap. I was like, where did he leave it? And she was like, oh, the top shelf of the glove department. And I was like, great. That's probably the last thing I ever want in my car is somebody else's pistol. And also the car is not in my possession at the moment. So I called the current renters and I said, do you see anything, or, are you in town? And they said, we're not around. So I don't want to alarm them. And I just, wait for, the 2 days for them to bring the car back to me. They bring the car back to me. I call up the grandson. She gave me his phone number. He called me. And I didn't even look in the glove department because I did not want to touch the pistol. And luckily, he came. He met me somewhere, and he opened up the glove department, and he said, yeah, it's there. He grabbed his pistol, put it in his pocket. He was a newly, signed up police officer. and he went on his way. And he tipped me a little bit, and I told him I didn't need to, but he tipped me anyway. So that was kind of scary. Just not only for me, but for the renter too. So now I really thoroughly check the cars before I re-rent them. I don't want to find anything crazy in there. With HYRECAR, I don't even know where to start. There's so many stories. There's so many crazy things. I've had people trash my car. The worst was probably the one where my car got impounded. I rented to a guy, and he rented for a long time, almost 2 months consistently. He paid me every single week on time. I was like, this is awesome. I mean, just alone, this guy's probably given me, $2,000 to $2,500 worth of rent in the last 2 months, and which is great for me. I was so happy, and everything was going good. And of course, when it's too good to be true, it's usually too good to be true. So I'm at work one day, randomly I receive a phone call that my car is in the impound in a city that's an hour away from my house, actually from where I work. And it's been impounded because the driver who was driving the car had a suspended license. And turns out that wasn't the guy who rented it from me. So I tried to contact the guy who rented it from me, and it appears that he left to Puerto Rico. And his phone was shut off. So, yeah. So somehow this lady, I mean, God bless this woman who called me. She called me randomly, and she got me the information. I found out where the car was. I went to call that impound lot. They told me that I need proof of registration and proof of ownership of the vehicle. So I had my registration, but I had to go to the court office in that county. I got proof of ownership. That took me a while because I had to wait at the police department. Finally got that. Of course, the whole time I have to get a ride to the place because I have to drive my car back. And then from there, I had to get a ride to the impound lot. The impound lot, went there, showed them proof. They brought my car out, paid them $180. Brought my car out, had a broken windshield. The headliner had been pulled down. The car was filthy. Had a lot of miles on it. Probably like 14,000 extra miles were put on. So in 2 months, the guy put 14,000. So he drove it a lot. It was filthy. Luckily didn't smoke in it or anything, but had trash all over the place. The seats were not in good shape. The wheels had curb rash. The car itself was dirty. The broken windshield, the headliner. So I'm already 180 in the hole. So that $2,000 I made. So I put in a claim, of course. The guy never responded to the claim. But the guy who actually was caught with the car, he didn't speak any English. So he only spoke Spanish. So that didn't help. So I did end up finding him. And I asked him for at least giving my the impound money back, and then also give me the money back for the windshield, because it wasn't my fault, so the insurance not going to cover it. So I had to get that done. I ended up splitting the windshield cost with him and the headliner cost, and then he paid me the $180 for the impound. I still didn't get, I had to take a day off of work, so I lost a day of work. Cleaning the car, just taking care of it, getting up to class. It needed full service at this point. It's 14,000 miles in the hole, so I need to do the transmission flush, and you flush all the fluids. Not all the fluids, but at least the oil and filter, and probably check the air filters, things of that nature. So you make $2,000, but I had to put a lot of money back into the car. They did have some problems. The CV axle went bad. I don't blame that guy. It's just wear and tear, so I had to get those changed. The stabilizer links were vibrating, so I had to get those changed. Things like that come up. The AC wasn't blowing cold anymore, so I had to put a new condenser in it. So the $2,000 really goes back into the car. So I might have made a couple $100 off it, but I put a lot of money back into the car. But those are all the stories. I'm gonna keep posting videos, post pictures of my cars, let you know what I'm doing. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask. If you want to make a video on anything, let me know. I'll take some time out and make that up for you guys. Alright, man, have a good one.